and Jodie, we just hate you. I'm sorry, darling. I don't know what to tell you. We just listen. We wish it worked out. Having said that, interesting episode. I can't believe I say it. Interesting episode. A lot very, very good about it. A lot super cringe. Like the white man hating was strong with this one. Yeah, and it really was. Okay, it was very. Oh man, it's like lots of white men being bad patriarchy, bad. But there was moments of genuinely good. However, did it feel like Doctor Who? No, not really. I'll be honest with you. It felt like a good PG-13 sci-fi horror. I guess that sounds like Doctor, but she wasn't in it much, which really helps. Man, does that help? The less Jodie, the better. Whenever Jodie's in it, it's always worse. It's incredible. But she was in it less. That's gonna help. The plot way too convoluted. I long for the day. I'll go over it with you because I wrote down notes like furiously, right? It's these plots are just way too convoluted. Like, don't you wish for the days where an Osiris wanted just to escape and destroy the universe? I mean, that was basically it. Everybody crashes on the planet where nobody can have electricity and Daleks don't have the superiority, right? Brilliant. Then City of Exlons. Okay. But it's like it's not. No, not these lambda. This one does because this. Oh God! And it's not. I mean, there were good bits of writing. Again, you can really tell. What's her name? Maxine Alderton, who I think has probably has worked harder than Chibnall. And they came out and there's much more story structure to this one. There's character. There's genuine characters. A lot of it, again, evil white man. White men! A lot of that. A lot come out and, oh my God, Jodie is shit. As is Mandy. God, she's so shit. But fuck me, okay? Nothing compares to Discovery. I am 30 minutes into it. Fuck me! I mean, that's really... I honestly, I'm 30 minutes into it, and it's insane. I'm not... Okay, so season 3 ended. If it was season 3, whatever we're on to now. Like, the last season ended, and Burnham... I'm going to give you a mini Discovery. I'm only half hour in. So I'm doing a full review with, like, screen grabs. My last one of Once Upon a Time, I had, like, over 150 screen grabs. I'm going to do the same thing tomorrow for this episode. And it's a real shame, that it was preceded by Once Upon a Time, because, boy, a lot less people are going to see this one now. But again, was it Doctor Who? Not really. Again, I long for the times of an angry Osiris. Something simple. Crash landed Teleperills. Even Kinder was more straightforward. And Kinder was quite hard. Most things. Okay, here's the thing: you need to be able to write your log line, your basic idea in one sentence. And you can't do that with any of these ones. They're all like, oh, God, it gives you a headache. And they're doing it. So you get bamboozled, right? They know you so you can forget stuff. That's it. Listen, I wrote down in my review of the thing, I wrote down good a lot for a Doctor. So, I want to be really fair, right? Because otherwise, there's no point. But I'll talk about Discovery. Oh, fuck me. Fuck me! Oh man! See, that's how bad it is. When I start thinking, my brain just shorts out. It's like it's unbelievable, right? So the last season ended with Burnham becoming captain and saver of the universe. Literally, I'm not. No, yes, that's what happened. So now I'm half hour in, and the everyone's living in perfection and smiling at each other like, "Hi, I'm a Stepford wife." They're smiling, and we're all so fulfilled. Oh, you're so wise. Oh, and then, oh God, oh, and everyone's like, "Burnham, you're the best," and I'm not joking. It's like, oh God. It's so fucking bad. It's so fucking bad. And then I am convinced there is a paedophile masturbatory scene right in there, right? You have these two older men. You have Cut Price, Idris Elba, and his Hispanic brother. You have this black bloke from England and his Latino brother, who's not from England, who's Latino. You know, it's like who probably runs a garage as well. He's Latino. And our book is I don't know about his book, but sounds like a sort of thing I'd be. There's a name from Firefly. Yeah, that's me, but I'm black. That guy. And they take a small boy to the woods for his initiation ceremony. And there's a lot of like man-boy love stuff going on. It's gross. Oh God! And I think it's directed for pedophiles to stroke off to. Right? I think that's genuinely what's going on with that. That's not good. That's not good. You know, no. It's not stunning and brave. No, God. But there's just so much like smiling, vacantly smile. It's insane. See, that's what SJWs believe they will be just total vindication for everything always, and the science will always dictate that they are right because the science is the science. And it's like, it's this infantile view. Actually, you know what? I also worked out that this is an idiot's view of what Star Trek is. Like, if you're a moron, this is what you'll take away that Star Trek is. And I think that's where it came from. Like, they mistake Michael Burnham's pompous idiocy and self-assuredness for like a Kirk-like swagger. You know, no. You know, like she's just shit. Oh God, she's crazy. It makes more sense that this show is really her insane fantasy, and she's just straight-jacketed somewhere in a padded cell. That would honestly from a narrative sense, that way then somebody is the perfect savior of the universe always for everything. That just smiles beneficially on people. Oh my God. And then she does the opening ceremony for Starfleet Academy. And she says, it's like, and you're so stunning and brave. Oh, you're so stunning and brave. They go, no, you're so stunning and brave. So no, I'm gonna be out stunning and brave you, because I'm gonna say you're more stunning and brave, and you're more stunning and brave. That is a level of writing. So this was better than that. God, it's so fucking bad. Oh God, it's just bad. It's just bad. This was good. Fine, let's start going through the episode. Whitley, we get to the chat, say hello to everybody. DC, how you doing, sir? Epsilon, well, fucking unit's coming back next episode. I know, and I think it's going to be fucked over by Chibnall. Darren Mouth, how you doing, sir? Archibald Lazarus, I liked it. Must be Maxie. I agree. Listen, we're going to go through it. There are moments of genuine merit. Mr. PC Gamer Forever, how you doing, Mr. PC Gamer? How awful was this time? The awful bits were truly excruciatingly fist up your ass awful, right? Truly awful. On a par with like the awful moment. If you freeze the awful moment in time and take the awful moment in time from Discovery, which is any moment. I tell you, fuck me. No wonder they lost their international distribution. No one wants that shit. Oh, fuck me. God. It's unbelievable. I honestly, I would pirate it because you wouldn't pay for that shit. I will pirate it just to see it. I'll bet I really, because you don't want it. It's shit. Oh, anyway, so come on, I'm going to drop that tomorrow. That's what it's worth going for. And I've still got 20 minutes of it to go. I can't believe it. Anyway, but I've seen the whole Doctor Who episode. Don't worry. I hated the little girl. Says that's long ago. I was saying hello to people. I think I said hello to everybody. That's long ago. Last person didn't say hello to. Maybe. Hopefully. Maybe I said hello. Hey, little girl. I thought she was so annoying. Yeah. I agree. Mr. Jekyll and Hyde is here. Hello, sir. I hope you're both well. Gareth Lowers, I would agree this is the best ever. However, I did notice he only co-wrote it. I'm guessing it was a standalone episode that he adapted, butchered to fit into the time episode. Yes. Good. If the cliffhanger happened with Tennant or Capaldi or Matt Smith, it would have been awesome. With Jodie Whittaker, it was like, yeah, just that's fine. Who cares? I hate you so much, Jodie. Do you like my new intro? PD Richards, how you doing? Well, there you go. Well, listen. I'm glad you persevered. It's hard to put up with people. I'm going to tell you, it's hard to put up with idiot children. And if you listen, I want everybody to know. I mean, anybody know we're ill will, but like, you know, when you're a 20-year-old, you look at a 10-year-old right there in a different world to you, right? Because they are. Their life experience makes them totally different. That gap, that gulf should continue for the rest of your life. Like, you should always look at a 30-year-old when you're 40, like, oh my God, you're like a day, like you're in a different phase of life. And you do. It's like if you should push yourself to grow one step a year, right? Anyway, so and you do. That's how to live life, I think. Anyway, so how was I even talking about that? I don't know. No, anyway, so well done for persevering with the idiot children. Yeah, listen, I do think Maxine Alderton certainly came with some story structure, right? Thank goodness for that. Live and Flame over at Nerdron said Mandit Gill reminds her of Sally Khan, the Maryland. She's not as good looking, you know. I mean, she's less fuckable. I mean, it's incredible. Mandit Gill shouldn't be unfuckable, but boy, is she making herself. I mean, like, oh God. Oh man, it's not as bad as Jodie, but I do start to lose my erection when she's on screen. It's just I don't know about you. Normally I'm ready to go. Then Amanda comes on like, oh, it's waning. I'm fine. Thanks. Watched Kinder last night. Oh God, don't mention. This is not the same show. Okay. Oh my God. Kinder, you can't. It's not the same universe. Oh, Kinder's awesome. Kinder is just fantastic. I really like Kinder. I haven't watched episode one. One episode, Joe, Series 13 sounds like cringe. This is super cringe. There are moments of super cringe in this. I mean, like the cringe is so strong with this. Peter fans and the fans of Mr. Titus and the crowd like they. Oh man. They're going to stroke themselves silly. Yeah, Mr. TARDIS is going to love that. Kindred is a pretty good classic with Peter Davison. Unfortunately, Nissa she had the week off. Right? That's what, basically that was what, she had the week off. So that's what happened there. I think I grew 20 on that. Well, you know, there are moments of growth. There are fixed moments of time. Fine, let's get the episode. So first we get, first thing I noticed, the ad for what we do in the shadows is so much better. It's like so much better than this. Oh man, I forgot to bring my water in. Okay, I'll see how far I can go on coffee. When I need water, I will. I might have to step away for a second. It's in the next room, but yeah, we will persevere. It'll be less than 30 seconds. Fine. So then more ads. What's the thing with the people sitting around the like the steel drums? They're just like hanging out in front of the seafront with steel drums. And then they're like, and then it's Doctor. I'm like, what is with that? Who thinks that look good? It doesn't look good. Oh man, not good, not good. So then we have previously, and see, the more you look at this thing is not it. The whole Flux is designed to go before your eyes very quickly, right? It's not designed to be thought about or examined. It's sort of, yeah, right? And when they keep showing you stuff and you see how much less sense it makes, right? So like when they show the same clips on previously, you see the Flux eating planets, then you see it not, and then you see, oh God, it doesn't make any sense. Then finally the episode starts, then we zoom down, it's nighttime, and it's like Broadchurch in the 60s. Essentially, it's like, oh yeah, I feel I'm in my element here. Broadchurch in the 60s. But here, I wrote this down. Good spooky build-up. And it is. The reintroduction of the cold opening is a major improvement. Man, was that a dumb idea of Chibnall's get rid of that. The reintroduction of cold opening, I think, is massive. It's so important. It's so important to the show, right? Rusty Davis said this, and I totally agree with him. It with one episode stories, it often fills the void of a cliffhanger coming off the cold opening, right? That's supposed to give you a little cliffhanger, right? And it does. I mean, like a good one, it really does. Which is basically what it is. So it's a good spooky build up, like spooky night. They got this like ghost hunter guy, the guy from Pirates of the Caribbean. Has got a lie detector, like writing things out. And it's Claire, the woman we saw from episode 1, being questioned, like being asked like control questions. At the same time, an evil white man. I'm sorry. I didn't need to say white man. Didn't need to say white, obviously. Evil man. He's obviously white. And his long-suffering wife is looking for the even longer-suffering granddaughter who's living with them since signing out to their parents. I don't bloody know. Maybe they died. Grandfather seems perfectly fine, but they're going to repeatedly tell me he's a cunt. Like, repeatedly. Why? Because he's a white man. He's the patriarchy. He has to be a cunt. So the kid's lost. So they ask control questions like, what year were you born? And she says, 1985. And the machine goes, says, what? Did you say 85? Says, no, 35. And he goes, and she says, it's happening again. And then I wrote, this is actually good. Claire starts freaking out, goes, help me! Oh, no! Oh, Thomas! No, yeah, starts freaking out, no, and then she's like, gets possessed and starts saying a bunch of stuff. The end is the beginning, it starts over. I mean, I don't know, a bunch of bollocks. On my recap tomorrow, I'll have that in detail, right? I will certainly have that in detail. And then Claire says, the angel has the TARDIS. And everyone's the time. And you lose the will to live. Oh, the music actually wasn't bad for a lot of this, but me. Still, it's not as bad as Star Trek Discovery. I mean, Star Trek Discovery is just, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. I honestly, I know I keep going back to it, but I can't believe it. I just like, how does this shit get made? It's unbelievable. And not sold. Like, what a shock. It hasn't been sold to anyone. It's unbelievable. And I'm getting a half hour in and Burnham's had like 4 episode changes. Anyway, I digress. Shit time. And then we're into... we have a good effect shot of the TARDIS in the vortex. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to make a run for my water. Okay, everybody, hold your breath. I can see it. We're not far away. Okay. I have retrieved the water. I'm now back. Okay, very good. So we've got quite a good effect shot of the TARDIS in the vortex. I like the Jodie vortex. I think, if you want to redo the Colin Baker vortex to look like that, I'm fine with it. Honestly, I mean, I would be up for like redoing the special effects on the Colin Baker ones. We're using that vortex. It'll fit perfectly, and I'm used to it. And it's stylistically it works, right? Like My Little Pony meets Doctor Who. I really don't think there's definitely that post-credit scene. They could have been before. I think I don't know. They're trying to be like Marvel, probably. Okay, that'll be one. Anyway, we'll get to it. We're good with it. Okay, so we go from a good effect scene to shit, Jodie. Oh God, Jodie is so shit. She just can't do the bloody. Oh God, on that clip I took from the titles. That she was on a chat show saying, "Oh, that actor will go work." And no, you like this isn't work. This incompetence isn't work. And you can't be this bad at your job. She's so bad at this job. And listen, Colin Baker stuff, I think a lot of it was shit, right? I think even Professor McCoy, a lot was shit. I do. I have to say, but they weren't shit at their jobs. She is just shit at her job. How are you so bad at this? It's unbelievable. Up until then, we're rattling along, and it's fine. Everything's groovy. It's okay. It's, again, not Doctor Who, but who gives a shit? This is I don't want to poke my eyes out. I don't want to hit myself in the face with I don't want to slam my dick in a drawer. Just goes, no, anything over, anything like this, that. No, I don't want to do that. It's incredible. So, but then Judy appears, and I think twice. So yes, God, it's Jodie Doctor has plans, and they're all bad. Everyone is bad. So, all right, okay, I know what goes. We're gonna put two things together. It should never be done. She's like Lister from Red Dwarf. I mean, she's got that level of confidence, right? It's she's got these two wires put them together, and it blows everything up. It blows up the TARDIS essentially. Do they get the TARDIS? No, they don't get the TARDIS back. Okay, right. That's the last you see of the TARDIS. And the TARDIS arrives, and it's going to take. Oh yeah, no, the TARDIS is still there, but it's got to regrow or reboot or some bullshit, right? And it's going to take a long time. So at the same, so good scene, okay? A good, no, it's not a good scene because Jodie's in it, but it's a good idea. If it was with Tennant, it would have been awesome, right? As they come out the TARDIS, there's somebody on the phone trying to call the police station using the TARDIS phone, right? I thought, oh, nice, because they're in 67. I like that. I like that a lot. And then Jodie's just awful and patronizing. They're the grandparents of the missing girl. So Mrs. Hayward's going around telling everybody, you gotta get out! Please leave now, run! And it was, Mrs. Hayward, you making people crazy. Nah, no making people crazy, Mrs. Hayward, says the vicar, who's very young, right? It is very much a Broadchurch 1960s, right? It's like finally Chibnall's on ground he can breathe with. However, again, Max and Alderton, I think she's imbued with these characters with this incredible thing we hardly ever see in this era of Doctor Who. Character. So I do actually had character. Right? It's incredible. Again, the vicar was a buffoon, a white man buffoon. He can't be here. So, so what's going on? Claire. Oh, yeah. So after Claire's fit, she's having tea with honey with the Pirates of the Caribbean guy. It's actually really, really nice, right? He's this. Psychic investigator thing. He wants to record all this stuff. He's just like this sweet, nice guy. And Jodie walks in with a psychic paper and she's doing a shit impersonation with terrible dialogue, being an annoying cunt, essentially. They're like, hey, I'm Doctor Who, I'm an annoying cunt. And I'm like, yeah, we know. No, part of being an annoying cunt is I have to tell you, I'm an annoying cunt. Oh, yeah, I can see that. Oh, so just so we know, I'm an annoying cunt. Yes, Doctor, thank you for listening. Aye. And believe me tell you, my version's more entertaining. But more honest. As I said, like, what the... Oh... Everything she touches, she turns to shit, right? Mr. says Colin Baker was 100% better than any objective. I agree with you there. What was Colin's shittest episode? Time Lash. Time Lash was Colin's shittest episode, but anything with Mel saying a megabyte modem is bad, right? Okay. You know how bad megabyte modem was? Let's say you're getting a blowjob. As that was going on, right? As you're listening to that, right? When you heard megabyte modem, you would start to go flaccid, right? You're like, oh, really? It will take you out the moment, right? What can you do? Have a Time Lash. I mean, you do have Perry tied up at one point. That's but she's wearing too many clothes. But it's certainly, but you know what she looks like underneath the clothes at this point. So it's very strokeable, right? So even at its worst, there is merit. And actually, Colin Baker's performance was good, and Paul Darrow's fun, right? So there's always I'll take Twin Lever over. Oh yeah, not even close. I mean, Twin Lever's terrible. It's so bad. But again, Nicola Bryant, looks nice and jiggles around. So it's all okay, baby. There is nothing. Sue's with with us today. There is nothing of merit about this performance at all. So she's like being an annoying David Tennant. Hey, give up! To this really nice guy who's a smart guy, and she's like, "What do you want, you stupid woman?" And then the doctor, like, Claire sees the doctor and she gets nauseous. I'm like, yes, darling, you and me both, right? She sees all these drawings of angels that Claire has done. It's kind of like ripping off, what's the one again? Was it Human Nature? And you start ripping them up, and she's like, and the nice guy starts saying, what are you doing? This is all a stuff. You can't do that. He said, I'm trying to save your life. Ooh, wiki thump. And again, my performance is slightly more restrained, right? And believable. And the guy's like, what the fuck's up with this mental woman? And he's very polite and nice bloke dealing with mad bitch here. Clearly with forged papers now. After he's seen them from the psychic paper. So yeah, Claire feels sick. So she's like patronizing him. Then Claire like goes to the bathroom to have a drink to I feel better. And then looks in the mirror and she has a pair of foam wings. Oh no, again, that's like the weirdest thing. They look really shit. She looks in the mirror. Suddenly there are wings coming out of her and they flap. And it's like, it looks a little bit shit, but she's part Weeping Angel, or Weeping Angel is in her, or something, right? Okay, again, if this was Tenet, it wouldn't be bad, right? Matt Smith wouldn't be bad. Capaldi wouldn't be bad. So then Claire, so then old Mrs. what's her name, Hayward says. The vicar's like to Hayward, listen, I know everything. There's nothing bad going to happen. If you know everything, how many graves are there in this cemetery? He said 56 or 57 or something. Said count them, and if there's a different number, you'll know I'm right. So you count them. And he counts them, and he gets up to 58, and the one number he said, and he says, there's 59! It's an angel. And the angel's like, I see, what is that? And the angel's like, whoo, zap, he's gone. Bad boy vicar. Should have listened to the woman. Yes, oh, God. Yaz is lecturing the elderly couple looking for their granddaughter. There, have you cordoned off for searches? Do people know to report back? Oh, I want this and like all this police procedural. Like, do you know, search pattern? We're just looking for a little bloody girl. What's wrong with you, you mad bitch? It's like, and she's like so annoying. She's lecturing her, and then he literally turns and says, "Stop lecturing me." Oh, that he doesn't know the word cunt on the end. It's very impressive, quite frankly. I think it shows a great deal of humility and grace. So here's the next line, which is really funny. Okay, I'm speaking as a father of several children. What else can you tell me about her? Like, what does she like? So I know if we meet her, we know it's the right person. What do we do? He's like, it's a 10-year-old girl. What is that? No. And here's the thing. They take that to mean, oh, what a callous girl. What a cad. He doesn't listen to stunning and brave women. He doesn't listen! What is there to know? He is evil. He is an evil white man patriarch. Oh, who's always wrong and evil. And again, I think I'm playing it a little bit less in their subcontext. Here's the thing. Motherfucker. As a father of several children, most kids don't really, like, you can forget most things they say up until they're like 6. You know, it's like, yeah, well, okay, yeah, horses can be brown. That's right. Okay, who gives a shit? Okay, and again, love them to death. I do. I love all my kids. It's like, nothing, even after that. I mean, so, I don't know. Occasionally they do something funny, right? Occasionally they'll do something funny, like, my youngest daughter, Elle, when she was really low, when she was little, she was teeny tiny. She was this tiny, she was underweight, she was tiny, she was like, oh, but real cute little bob of blonde hair. She's a reincarnation of my mother. Very, very disturbing. But she really is. Bless her. So I said to her one day when she was trying, like 2 or 3, said, "Oh, look at that! You're a big girl. You're doing so well. You learn how to do that now. You're growing up and being a big girl." And she starts to cry. I'm like, "Well, what's wrong, darling?" She said, "Because I'm growing up, we didn't get old." I'm like, "Yeah, well, everybody grows up at some point. It's good." Said, "No, because then I'm going to die." And that actually happened, right? I'm like, "Whoa, okay, but not for a long time." It's like, okay, mortality is mortality, I guess, but bless her. But mostly, it's like, who gives a shit? That is right. It's the truth. Good God. I'm being generous saying 6. If you're a parent, you know I'm telling the truth. Okay? If you're not, fuck off. But it is true. It is actually true. So then Stan thinks he sees a scarecrow, but it's an angel. Ah! And the angel attacks Yaz and Dan. And they try to outsmart the angel. Unfortunately, it's Yaz and Dan, and their brain power is less than an inanimate piece of stone. And in all fairness to them, I wrote my notes. Good! Exclamation in capitals. Actually, it was the scary well done. They get zapped. Then, whoa! A B track on the story happens, and again, which quite well done, I think. Bell's story, anything without the Doctor, not that bad. Anything with Yaz, somewhat comical, but anything without the Doctor, not that bad. So then Bell, decent effect shot as well, I thought, right? Bell flying through space comes to the planet, and we meet the bloke from the In-Betweeners. He says his name. I don't give a shit. It's the bloke from the In-Betweeners, right? That's all I'm going to tell you. This is the only place left in the sector, the only planet left. So it's a refuge wherever he's coming to. And again, she meets the In-Betweeners, a guy, and she says she's looking for Vinder because, like, there aren't many places left. Because the flux happened, and it's like, now instead of saying something that instantly eats planets, it's something that causes decay at accelerated rates, depending where you are. By the way, but I see the problem with Nissa in the chat. I am toying around with the idea, right, of several things, of writing a classic Doctor Who Christmas special to be released on Christmas Day. Maybe I'll team up with somebody to get to read it, right, and do it as a performance. But that'll be an interesting group to do it. What would they do for a Christmas special if they wanted to make it Christmassy with the Fifth Doctor, Nissa? I think I'll put Tegan in as well. I'll put Tegan and Adric. They could all come in. There you go. Come in. The water's lovely. Yeah, I'm toying. If I can write a good story, that's the first thing. I probably could. I probably would. That it's either them or the Unit crew. I think that would be fun. Having said that, I've always wanted to do a Tom Baker season 17 story called The Dalek Invasion on Christmas. I just think that would be so good. Like, that would be John Nathan-Turner's first thing. He co-produces it, with Barry Letts and Graham Williams, right? And they basically do a panto of Doctor Who. Maybe have Robert Holmes do the script. Wouldn't that be fun? That would be fun. What's not fun, Doctor Who? The current Doctor Who. So they meet the guy from In-Betweeners, and he's like, there's a person here who's helping us get to safety. Yay! Come with us, we'll get to safety. Yeah, I'll go with you then. Doctor is patronizing the old guy against it. He's like, well, like, go and do this and don't do this. He's like, this is my house. You mad bitch. What's wrong with you? Right? And she's being so patronizing. And then there's this massive weeping angel attack. He said, no, open the door. Hundreds of weeping angels around the house. Again. If it wasn't Jodie, it would be good. Right? Which Doctor would I like to see the scene with? Sylvester McCoy's Doctor. Yes, I think that would be the best one. It's a lot like the Fenric attack in Curse of Fenric, right? It's not with Weeping Angels. And Jodie I wrote here in my notes. Jodie makes everything shit. So anyway, it's so weird. So they say, don't look, don't blink at them. Close all the windows and the doors and the poster blinds and everything, all the shutters. I'm like, they can break the wood. That's like, what? That's just stupid. Why do you think they can't break? Nobody's looking at them. They could do what they want, right? Like, they could break the wood. But okay, I don't know. So Jodie's explaining what angels are, like how they quantum locked or whatever to the bloke who owns the house, and she sounds like a moron. And he's like, don't be ridiculous! And I make sense, right? So then Claire and the Doctor talk, and it's a bit confusing. Then the angels ring the doorbell, and it's kind of spooky, right? The old guy hasn't completely locked a window, and now the angels are broken in! Da, da, da. We have a demonstration that women are always better than men. As the Doctor and Claire demonstrate, and are so much smarter than the old bloke who owns the house. It was nice to everybody. Claire knew that everybody vanished in the village on that night because of now this was very, very confused, right? I'm gonna have to rewatch this. Because of a premonition of something, she knows that everybody disappears in the village on that night. So why the fuck is she there, you moron? Well, like, why are you there? But also in 1901. And now I have no idea what's going on. And then we're reminded that Claire is turning an angel as like dust comes out of her eye, ripping off Moffat. It's a lot of it is a heavy Moffat ripoff. So then Daz and Yan are in the daytime. This was the night, by the way. Daz and Yan are in the daytime. And it's deserted. They're in this village that's deserted, and it's 1901. Obviously, because they just said 1901. So again, I wrote here, this has been good so far. Yaz works it out because she's Yaz, and Yaz is the bestest ever. And then Dan's scared. Dan's like, oh, we're not going to get back to 2021. Oh, Yaz, I'm scared. Oh, but she's like, oh, I'll keep my head. I'll be level-headed and keep everything okay. Then they meet the kid that was missing from the beginning, who's Peggy. Peggy says that the angels emptied the village. They put thoughts in her head. You mustn't go beyond the sign. So they go to the sign, right? And it's the end of the universe. They're in this weird bubble, right? They're in this weird bubble outside the universe. Back in 67, the evil white man is getting told off. The grandparents are getting told. The evil white man is being told off by the woman. They say, "Hey, you're not very nice, and you're not very nice to me either." And he's just like, "Oh, how dare you speak to me that way? I'm going to stop my little feet and be an evil white patriarchy. Oh, Ecky thump." Or words to that effect. Now, what happens is she gets. Then they meet a weeping angel, and they said, "Oh, what's that doing here?" He says in his arrogance, white male patriarchy, and goes in. Here, got some push his finger. What's that doing there? Icky thump, he says, and then he gets touched and zapped. And then his wife, his long-suffering wife, said, "Oh, Gerald, what happened to you? Oh, look, you thump." And she goes and looks at the angel in the eye, zap, and she's gone too, right? And the angels have feasted away. And now they're in 1901 too, and it's a weird energy bubble that are in, and the universe is shrinking. So the doctor then has got the guy to give him a TV, and she uses to set up a monitor to watch the angels through. And my first thought, well, you just made a window for them, right? An image of an angel is like an angel. If you see them on the TV, they're an image of an angel. And her idiot plan. Oh, like all of this doctor's plans. She's just a moron. Why do they write her as a moron? I think they're just trolling us. They're like, yeah, we could have this doctor just bend over, pull her pants down, and show you her gaping butthole for like 45 minutes, and the fans will be like, oh man, we've never seen that before in Doctor Who. Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker have really pushed the envelope and done something we've never seen before in Doctor Who, and they would say that, and they would be right, and then yes, that's right. They've never done that before in Doctor Who. I can't disagree with you there. This was all for us, all of Chibnall's era, when they dropped "You Don't Know Your History." I got nervous chills. I don't know that. I didn't notice that bit. Oh, little fascists that these people are. So then, what happens is, so they got this. So now they're trapped in this room, and they got a thing. So the old man has to look at the TV to make sure the angels don't come through. And there's a picture of an angel that I think it joined itself back together again, right? And it starts coming to life. It's quite a good scene. They burn the picture, and the angel is like in flames. Ah! And then the doctor throws some water into the furnace with its burning, and it turns to ashes, and so the angel melts. That was a good scene. That was genuinely good. So then Claire reveals to the doctor that she's becoming an angel. And she said when she had a premonition about this, she thinks an angel planted that herself in Claire's mind then. The white man then actually shows, he's actually a good white man because he submits to the greatness of the doctor. That's exactly what happened. He showed that he was because he submitted to the greatness of the doctor. Dalek Invasion Christmas. That's a great title. So what's over there? So then they say, there's an angel there. We've got to get you out, right? And then it's a real cringe moment. It feels like a mother asking permission of her baby to change a diaper. Says, "Yeah, I need to go in and get the angel out, but I need your permission to enter your mind." Oh God, it's so ugh. And then they get all hooked up to this mind gum stuff. And again, when just like Star Trek Discovery, whenever it touches a classic Doctor Who, it's always at worst. And she goes, "Contact!" I'm like they do in Three Doctors, like contact. Oh, shut up! Hate it when they do that. So then they're on. This is where they. Oh man, they were cold when they filmed this. This was when they were on a beach. Oh man, I just realized where they filmed this. Right, so they were on this beach in this black and white beach thing with the angel holding on to Claire's shoulder and the Doctor on to her. And it was actually quite a well shot scene, but I saw that we've seen the location footage of shooting this. It was the one where they were like, she was wearing all these jackets and everything because it's so wet and windy. So actually, I would say Jodie, because I know what she went through to make this scene. She did a good job in the scene. So she said, but then she's still the Doctor, and she meets the angel, and she's like this relentlessly judgmental cunt. She's so unlike Tom Baker's Doctor, right? She's so unthinking. She's like, "Oh, you're a," and she's just so unthinking. Right? She does things like, how can I connect with this being? Right? Let's say we suddenly lived in a utopic world, right? And like, what would that look like, right? Could you imagine that if prisons, instead of being the shitty institutions that they are, and they are not because I think anybody's working there is particularly at fault. It's just I think they are incredibly understaffed, right? But instead they became organizations where you had like caseworkers that were like sponsors in AA. They would just talk and get to know each person, find out what their story is, why they're there, right? How their life led them to this, what they want out of life, right? And connect with them. Right, and just say like whatever you want. I'll just hang out with you for an hour a day or whatever, and we'll do whatever. Well, but and then like that's what a utopic world I would look like. How did I come to that, man? But I mean, can you imagine? And they did that and there was enough people in the asylums that were looked after. I'm thinking that because of that guy who tried to kill, was it Rittenhouse? How I got it. Anyway, so and then the scene on the beach towards the Doctor, where they were trying to persuade her to help. We just know there is another timeless children coming. Oh yes. So anyway, they're on the beach, filmed in Barry Island. That's so funny. Whatever, I thought that filming footage was meant to be Bad Wolf Bay. A lot of people did. Like a lot of people did. And yeah, Judy, and then she finally, so she stops lecturing for a second, right, and starts listening. Finds out this weeping angel is actually a rogue weeping angel. For some reason, knows everything, ever, right? And that's why the Division wants it killed, okay? I spoiled that, right? That was the end of the scene. The Weeping Angels that have got it are a kill squad, right? To take this Weeping Angel out, to collect this, confine this Weeping Angel, to take it and take it back to their masters. Who are their masters? The Division. Dun, dun, dun! So it's a Division extraction squad. Back with Bell's story, as they find the person who was going to save them. And Azur said, "Oh, we have a way to get to a new universe where everything's safe from the Flux, safe. Just go to Passenger and get the transportation energy." And he's like, and Bell's like, "Oh, Eki thought, no, run. She knows what Passenger is somehow." right? Passenger is that big black bloke that can hold billions of people in, apparently. They don't. So eventually, like, lets out this big, like, whoosh energy field, and she throws him to the ground, and it goes over his head. And he's like, "What do? You should have saved me, right? You should have saved me." And he stopped me saving myself. How am I going to do? He said, "I'll come back next time." He said, "No, don't. It's bad news. They're all going to die. That's some prison. They're all in." And he's like, "How do you know?" And she's like, "Look, come with me. I think this isn't a sanctuary. The prison is actually a hunting ground." It's actually a pretty darn good scene, right? I like this girl, right? I do like this girl, whatever her name is. The independent review said she'll stand out. I do agree with her. Fine. In 1901, Dan is asking questions. Yes, can't answer. And Jess doesn't like that. No. Like, well, what's going on? What's going on? And she's like, I don't know. Shut up! Shut up! So like that's basically what it's like. Then suddenly they're surrounded by weeping angels. Oh, don't look. And then the evil old man who was out is with them. And that's where he's been zapped back to, him and his wife. And then they meet that they're with the little girl as well. So she sees her grandfather, and he gets zapped by a weeping angel, and now they just crumble away and turn to dust. And she goes, "He was never nice to me. Fuck off, cunt. Gave you a roof over your bloody head, fed you. And I bet he was nice to you. I bet you're just a spoiled cunt, actually." Oh, and I really was. That was what went through my head. Like, what a callous, nasty little shit this girl is. So then back to the doctor, Dr. Claire and the old bloke, right? He's being a stupid old bloke, but he's being a brave, stupid old bloke. They start to break in through the TV. They use his voice for the TV, which is actually really quite good. And they do a lot of very good taunting. They're very good at that. I tell you, that bit wasn't bad. Again, if it wasn't like so completely ripping off Moffat, I would be okay with it. And I can't see Moffat's point about saying, "Who the you tell me not to mention it when you've literally ripped off my script," which he has, right? I mean, like now it's just like repeating the powers that Moffat gave them. Which, okay, fine, whatever. It's just not very original. So do you remember what I said at the beginning? Like, wouldn't it be great if this was like one line? Like, ancient Siren wants to break out and destroy the universe. All right, fine. This is like, so the angel is a rogue angel hiding within Claire, right? Where was I going to go? Oh no, we're not. So then, yeah, the old bloke's been. They're trying to talk him into surrendering, right? Which is actually quite good, right? And they start to break out the TV and they start smashing through the door. And they started breaking it, and then suddenly the light detector goes and starts to draw out an angel. And again, not bad. If only it wasn't Josie, right? If this was a doctor you cared about, okay, that would have been a good chilling moment in a Capaldi episode, right? That would have been a great chilling moment in a Capaldi episode. Put it all together, it is rubbish. Oscar's Edges, it really is. Bottom line, it is. For all the fun bits of it, it's basically shit. It's like it's smoke and mirrors, right? And you realize that that's why I write down so many notes, so I could once you write everything down, you see what bullshit it actually is. Still, no pedophile scene in it, unlike Star Trek Discovery. I like the lie detector drawing an angel. I thought that was reasonably clever. So back on the side beat. So all angels were the division, and they're everywhere and unstoppable. The other division. Angel brought the Doctor here to stop the angels, right? She wants the Doctor to be her champion, defeat it. If she defeats the angels, she'll let Claire go. So let Claire go. Oh, I thought I'll stop my feet. And she said, no, I'm not going to let it go unless you defeat the angels. And he said, also, I have all your stolen memories, and I'll let you know everything. But first, you must defeat the angels. So then the white man wakes her up by throwing a cup at her head. And instantly, I don't even remember what she said. She runs around like, hey, keep up, oh, you know, up there, up the down, hey, all over. And she finds this stupid escape route, hidden tunnel. And then she uses the line of reverse the polarity of neutron flow. And suddenly I'm in a territory where I would rather have somebody shove a fist up my ass than actually heard that. Oh, leave it alone, darling. Oh, God, it's so awful. So then we got this a scary dark tunnel escape where Dr. Claire and the old bloke are going through, the Pirates of the Caribbean boat. And there's angels everywhere. So then in 1901, they come to this barrier to the future, right? They're like, on one side, it's like daytime, one side it's night, one side it's 1967, one side it's 1901. And it's the little girl. Is with Yaz and Dan. And they meet the little girl, and on one side, on the Yaz and Dan side, you got the little girl, and the other side, it's that weird Mrs. Whatever her name was. Oh, I gotta just go back and try and find her. Okay, I'm gonna do it. What's her name? Mrs. Oh, hang on. Mrs. Hayward. Fine, so now I've got to find where I was again. Close. Nearly there. Oh, yeah, fine. So Mrs. Hayward's on one side of the thing, and the girl's on the other with Yaz and Dan. And it turns out that the old woman is the girl. So yes, it takes you don't get back to 1967 so quickly. It takes you 66 years. It's me. It's been all this time. It took you this long. That's why I've been trying to make everybody leave, because I knew what was going to happen now. That's how I knew it was also going to happen in 1901. Now it's getting confusing. This is like that episode of Red Dwarf from second season where time. I don't know. They go back in time to meet Lister and Rimmer. Go back in time to meet themselves when they were still alive, and then at the end there's a third set of Lister and Rimmer. So we're the Lister and Rimmer from the double future, and it really is like that. It's like off at this point. So then I don't understand what was going on. Back in 1967, the stones that were an ancient burial ground they were talking about were an ancient burial, but they're actually stone, were angels, and suddenly they come alive. Woo! All glowy. And then the Mrs. Hayward says they always leave a few witnesses behind to tell the story. That's why they don't kill us. So what's going on? They don't kill us because they want to be cruel. So people can tell the story of what happened here. And they said, the story of what? Said, this is a quantum extraction. So in 1967, back in the tunnel escape, the angels they're getting part. There's tons of angels, like there's gazillion angels, and Claire gets by one, but then it's the old bloke and the doctor, and they're both looking at an angel, and it says, jump out the way, and then they'll look at each other and they'll keep each other like that way, but they pack it up because of course it's this doctor, and what happens? Where am I? Where am I? Oh, wait. All right. The quantum extraction. Did I miss anything? They start the glow. Wait. Did I miss anything? Yeah, I don't know. So they're in. Oh, the tunnels. Oh, yeah, fine. So they want to. I lost my place. The doctor and the old bloke, they want to make the angels see each other. They want to jump out the way so the angels behind them will see each other. Doesn't work. The old bloke gets that because this doctor's useless. And suddenly he's in 1901 with Dan and Yaz and the little girl. Then the stones they're by this barrier to 1967 as like the universe is shrinking in this bubble around them. This is very confusing. Well, the universe shrinking, and then the stones in 1967 start to glow, and then this is just annoying, right? So then the Jody's like, he's totally trapped by an angel, right? Oh, I can't get away. Oh, so here's what I can't get away without turning around. So, you know what? I'm super quick, me. I'm going to outrun you. And she turns and runs. And then the angel doesn't chase her. Says, why aren't you chasing me? Why aren't you chasing me? What's going on? So the doctor goes out of the tunnel and she's around like bazillion angels. And that's where the portal is. And they say, go to the portal, go to talk to your friends. And I said, why? We want you to work it out. They're enjoying you not working it out. The angels are cruel, are very, very cruel. So then, again, another shit plan from Whitaker. I mean, like, okay. So then she says to Claire, the angel hiding in Claire, says, okay, we can't win. I can't beat them. So you give yourselves up and I'll negotiate for you. What are you? Fuck off, darling. What the hell? I wouldn't trust you to wipe my bloody ass, let alone negotiate my freedom from a capture squad, extraction squad of freaking weeping freaking angels. You out your mind? And then the angel says no. You know why? Because I've offered these angels something better than me. They'll let me go if I give them something else. So, oh, what's that? I'll stomp my little feeties. And it says you. You're the only thing. The division who wants everything wants more than me. They want you, and your time's up. That's why this angel brought her here in the first place, right? Nothing to do with the flux, apparently. Very confusingly. So the angel can get Doctor and said, she's recalled to the vision. Okay, so then, good cliffhanger, very good cliffhanger. Just, no! And goes the hands, and she turns, and she starts crumbling with dust, and she turns into an angel, right? Now, again, if that was David Tennant, what an awesome cliffhanger, right? Oh, man. Sorry, Vanessa. This stream always kills me, right? Firstly, I have to watch Doctor Who. Oh, wrong one. I have to watch Doctor Who, right? Which is awful, right? That always wipes me out. And then, again, as Derek says, it's 11:05. It's like at 4 hours past my bedtime. Yeah, this is not good. But I suffer for you. Not as much as I suffer with Star Trek Discovery, which was truly, offensively terrible. Like, absolutely awful. Worse than this, right? And this is actually, see, now I'm recounting it. I'm like saying, well, this was kind of shit. When you go through the story. Right, so, but it turns to me, and that's the, it goes to the side, and then weirdly, for no apparent reason, there's a mid-credit scene where breaks out, and Vinder arrives on the planet of the In-Betweeners bloke. And he's like, well, do you know, have you seen her? And he shows her image, a hologram of Belle. Said, yeah, I know, Shakespeare. Well, she hears recently, said, I don't know, time's kind of weird now. Did she leave anything? Oh, yeah, she did. I'm over here before she did. And it's left a message for him saying, hey, I've got to this, I've got to take on this strange woman with a passenger. It can't be good. And she's about to go to coordinates. And here my coordinates, darling. You catch up me. I'm like, oh, no! And then the coordinates, a message cuts off. So that must have been when she was still on that planet. I mean, fine. Who gives a shit? Then go back to the trailer. And then we get the trailer. Yeah, look, this is a heavy Flux episode. Kate Lethbridge-Stewart is in it. I think Unit is almost certainly back. Craig Parkinson is back. Azure and Storm is back. So this is a big episode. Dan and Yaz have been trapped in 1901 for 3 years, so it's 904 for them, I guess. It's the one where they go into like the Egyptian tomb, and Yaz is better than Dan at everything because he's there. Yaz. Yeah, I don't know. What else goes on in that one? And this is the one where Jodie goes to face the division. It's like none of it really makes sense. Like, why would the division be want this? Like, why wouldn't they just got Hartnell? I mean, like, who didn't recognize the Daleks the first time we saw them? Like, they've been much more vulnerable. There's a bunch of times you could get the Doctor. Like, oh my god. Like, it's like, I don't know. It seems really dumb. And then the angels being from the division is just dumb. Oh, it's just dumb. It's dumb. Oh, so in terms of ratings, while this was tonally a lot better than last week, and a lot of genuine scares and thrills, the convoluted plot kills it. Right, the convoluted plot really it's so I mean, like, so complex. So what's the plot? That somehow a weeping angel put a premonition in Claire's head to tell her that all the that everyone in a village in 1967 would disappear. And then images of the Doctor. And then when she saw the Doctor, she recognized the Doctor. And that's when a weeping angel came and got her and zapped her back to 1965, I think she ended up in. And by the time the Doctor gets there, she's been there for 2 years. And she knows, because she's Googled it before she arrived here, she knows that this village everyone's going to disappear on this day. Why there, you crazy woman? I guess because the angel drew you there. All right. And then she did that. She kidnapped Claire. But why Claire? Who gives a shit about Claire? To get the Doctor. Oh, yeah. So then, at the same time, this angel kidnaps the TARDIS through breaking in via Yaz's phone. And takes it to 1967. But no. Knowing that the Doctor's going to blow it up at the precise moment, will take it to where it wants them to be. And where is it? What's going on in 1967 is this angel they're creating an extraction event. Wasn't that in 1901? They're creating an extraction event in 1967. They're zapping everybody out of there to create an extraction event in 1901 for Claire. No, the extraction event is 1967. No, it's 1901. I don't know. But anyway, so that's how the weeping angel lured the Doctor here, so she could be a sacrifice to save her. She could either save her from the weeping angel or be a pawn sacrifice for her. That's the plot. It's very okay. Let me try. Okay, now I got it clearer. Let me see if I can get it down to less. A weeping angel uses a person completely unconnected to the Doctor to lure the Doctor to a time and place where, because the angel is there, will be surrounded by a extraction squad of other angels. She's a rogue one. And they'll create an extraction event in 1901. But it's and another one it's somehow connected to 1967. That's not clear at all. It's not clear at all. Whatever, they make some kind of time loop between 1901 and 1967, zapping everybody in the village away. and then zapping them to dust in a bubble outside of time and space. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I got it. They create a bubble of 1901, right? And then they extract everybody from 1967. Fuck me, this is complicated. This is the plan. They create a bubble in 1901, and they then zap everybody from 1967 from that village to that bubble, right? And then in the bubble, they zap them again, and they crumble to dust. That way, they'll be able to catch the rogue weeping angel, which is hiding in Claire, which is no connection to Doctor Who at all, but she hides in Claire so she can lure the Doctor to that place, so the Doctor can be a sacrifice for the division. That's fucking stupid. Holy crap! What a bad plot. It's just dumb. Yeah, that's the plot. I mean, isn't that stupid? Oh. Yeah. This was not a good episode. See, a good episode of Doctor Who wouldn't have such a shit plot. And that's the plot, and that was the plot. It was oh god, it's so complicated. And I can't believe I had to work that out. That wasn't spelled out in the episode. Yeah, listen, Hamdonic says this episode was basically, hey, it's all right if I see your handy, if I see your homework, promise I won't copy. It's kind of like, but no, once you actually go over the plot, it's ridiculous. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's as clear as John Bishop speaking. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's not connected to the Flux at all. And why do they want this Doctor? Don't they want the Joe Martin Doctor? And was the Doctor a weeping angel? Has the Doctor, or is a weeping angel something you get turned into? Like, what? I get the feeling this is going to be retconned away. I get the feeling this is going to be I bet Moffat is pissed. Fuck off with all this shit, right? And probably RTD as well. I reckon this is going to be retconned away. So if it's not Moffat and Russell Lee Davies helping him, who is? Because again, this cliffhanger was good. Can you imagine David Tennant like getting turned into a weeping angel? That would be massive, right? But then again, we know it. We would get there through a good story, not through just like anything they could. This is just. But there was good characterization. Like the old guy was good. Mrs. What's name Haywood was good. I liked the guy. I liked Belle. I liked. I don't know. Again, there was some good direction, good scares. Yeah, that's about it, really. About it. But everything, it's just the story is atrocious. It's actually atrocious. This makes the least sense of any so far. It's absolutely atrocious. Yeah, DC said the 10th Doctor being turned into a weeping angel in 2010 episode series 5 would have been the cliffhanger of a lifetime. Yeah, absolutely would have done. Exactly. Yeah, but now it's all predicated on liking Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, and I well, I don't. I'll tell you, I don't. I don't. So what I reckon for the ratings, I reckon this is going to get a 3.2 overnight, right? I reckon last week's episode killed it. I think if they get more than 3.2, they should be very lucky. right? They should be very grateful. It might be worse. Like a lot of people are predicting a lot worse, right? If they keep the rate of decline, they're at 3.5. For the rate of decline between episode 2 and 3, which was less than episode 1 and 2, the rate of decline of 500,000. Between episode 2 and 3, it was 250,000 or 230,000. So they keep that rate of decline, it's down to 500. Right, it's down to 3.5. I reckon they're going to lose a lot more. I reckon they're down to 3.2, 3.3. They might have lost 1 million. I mean, that last week's episode killed it. This week's episode makes no sense. Really, generally makes no sense, but has some decent scares. And good performances. And good characters that I actually cared about. Like, what happened to everybody? I guess we'll never know. Again, we know Dan and Yaz have to stay there, right? But what about the old bloke? What happened to him? I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if that's going to become completely forgotten. So there you go. I'm gonna wrap this up. I am tired. Check back tomorrow. I'm going to do my Star Trek Discovery recap and review, and also my the Doctor Who one. The Doctor Who one, again, I'm going to really pay a lot more attention. I have to watch the episode again. It's a pain in the bloody ass. But I'll do that anyway, because I do that when I grab the screen grabs anyway. So, yeah. It's a bit, I feel bad, actually, because the Weeping Angels are a great villain, and they've really devalued them. Right? They've really devalued them with this episode, I think. So I think Moffat's probably upset. Yeah, I think he's probably upset. With that, along with most of Adam, I don't know. Well, I wonder what the reaction will be. I wonder what the reaction. Because it's not good, right? On reflection, once you look at the plot, now I've had enough time to look at the plot. Plot's awful, absolutely awful. Don't want to tell you. Anyway, let me sleep on it. I'll have more thoughts. Click on the end broadcast button. Wishing you a good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Click on the end broadcast button.